Hello everyone, welcome to another IT Career Talk with Professionals, and today I have a group head on digital solutions development or a tech lead. So my guest today is Mr. Glenn Santos. Good day, Sir Glenn.
Hey, hi.
So Sir Glenn, you have a very long title, no? Group head, digital solutions development, tapos may open pa na tech lead, no? Maybe you can describe your role for us.
Yeah. So right now in our company, I actually act as a head of a development team. That's why it's a tech lead. Pero meron din akong mga roles na touch on infrastructure or and like creating the architecture of the apps, as well as some minor people management work, like looking for devs and ensuring that they keep productive.
Mm.
So it's called digital solutions because we actually do a lot of different solutions, from development itself, like ground up coding, up to just like recommending some plugins or some other software. That's why it's a long it covers all of software that we can like recommend for clients.
Right, right. Um, so so I guess I wanted to ask you, as now you're ahead, no? How different is that versus an individual contributor, no? How do you manage your team?
Yeah. Previously, nung IC pa lang ako, I was only concerned about my own productivity and my own output, because that's what's expected of you. That's
Mm-hmm.
also what your boss wants you to work on the code, deliver good code. But once you become a head, you actually need to deliver code in the context of a team. So it's not just you to doing the work. So meron ka ring mga devs that work with you, not for you, with you.
Mm.
So you all work together, you all have your roles to play in the project, and as a head, you need to make sure that everyone performs. Sometimes nga hindi na ako nakakapag-code masyado because
Right.
I want to ensure that they do their best work. Um, because that's the goal, to deliver projects na lahat kami nakakapag-contribute well.
Mm. Correct. And na-mention mo to kanina na sometimes di ka na nakaka-code. So, I assume na minsan nakaka-code ka din. So, sa times na nakaka-code ka, ano yung mga scripting languages? Ano yung mga, what you dabble on?
Ah, so right now I still code around 70% of the time.
Mm.
Um, Currently yung stack ko personally is actually Node. I'm more of a JavaScript dev. And sa team naman namin, we also use React, JavaScript dev, and Laravel. But beyond that, I also implement yung sa infrastructure, sometimes sa higher levels lang, sa planning stages. So yun yung part na hindi code, pero yung code yun. Yun yung ginagamit ko.
Right, right, right. Ako, I've known you quite some time, no? I think I met you when you were still very active in the job space in the if you remember, no? Yung may t-shirt ka pa na I thought was really cool at the time. But before that, siguro I wanted to ask how you got into the IT industry. Um, and I know based on your LinkedIn that you started off as industrial engineering. So I'm not sure lang if sa UP, part ba ng may programming or may IT ba sa BS IE, no? Could you tell us or tell us how you got into the IT industry?
We actually had one class na
Mm.
CS. Pero beyond that, I wasn't actually into development ng panahon na yon.
Mm.
I actually started practicing my course as a planner. But after a while, I saw that, hey, parang computers are getting more and more important. And the internet was just starting out then. So it was the start na sa Philippines particularly, people were getting computers more cheaply and more easily.
Right.
So, doon nakakuha ako ng mga lumang laptop at saka lumang desktop na hindi mo dati makukuha dahil they were so expensive. So, when I started out, I actually wasn't a developer then. I started out writing freelance online, and after a while, parang gusto ko na mag-level up. That's why I dabbled into code, tried scripting, no? Minamanipulate ko yung mga, dati pa may mga forums pa. So, yung mga yon, minomodify ko to fit our need, or fit my need. And as time went on, I built some sites, and after a while, I actually wanted to lead the team na rin. That's why I got a job as a senior dev. Now, I'm a tech lead.
Right. No, very interesting. Is there anything in IT na masasabi mo parang ang saya talaga sa IT compared sa hindi sa other fields na parang may na-hook ka ba dahil sa IT? Is it more the logic, problem solving? Is it because makita mo agad yung output sa web? Was there anything na parang you really like in the IT field?
Ang nagustuhan ko talaga sa IT is parang before pa magka-Facebook, I was actually interested sa mga communities talaga. And this was one of the parang eye-opening ways na wow, pwede tayong mag-usap na seconds lang magre-reply ka sa akin. Pero hindi talaga tayo sa same room, even the same country. Pero you can build relationships with people in other countries just by typing on a text box.
Right.
So yun yung actually first projects ko, mga forums, bringing people together, actually even doing early commerce nung early days of eBay. Like it was fascinating how you could send a product, or actually send money, and then get the product na ship sa'yo. And ma-amaze kasi nakuha mo yung product, hindi ka pumunta ng store.
Right.
You trusted each other na meron kayong makukuha through that transaction. So those were the things actually that were interesting to me at the start.
Balik tayo ngayon sa present, no? Yung sa being tech lead, or basically the group head. So I assume because you are the manager that you also you get involved in the recruitment process, right? Is there anything particular that you look at, or anong recruitment strategy mo? May tinitingin ka ba cert? Tumitingin ka ba ng GitHub? Tumitingin ka ba ng katrabaho ko to dati? Ganyan. Anong strategy mo for that? Hiring.
So, marami akong tinitignan actually na facets. Pero ang pinaka-important sa akin is nakapag-work ka na ba sa team before? So number one, because software development is a team sport talaga, you need to be able to commit code kasi other people rely on you, and hindi ka parang it's not your way, it's our way. So kung ano yung ma-establish natin ng mga standards, dapat kaya niyang sumunod. In some cases kasi kailangan din yung skills, of course. We need to look for certain stacks. Pero yun yung talaga yung primary for me, na this person has worked in a context na merong team, and of course rin siya, since lahat tayo remote na ngayon, and I assume na we were going to be remote moving forward, dapat magaling din siya mag-communicate online. So proactive. Pwedeng, hindi ko na sasabihin na mag-update ka sa akin, lagi kang nagtatanong siya. So, yun yung mga hinahanap ko for when hiring a dev.
Right. Speaking about remote, kasi yun nga, remote tayo. Ever since ba yung sa company nyo, remote talaga yung setup nyo, or ngayon lang to? And ano nagbago dahil nag-remote, no? And do you think na babalik pa ba sa dati or moving forward, remote na talaga ang the way, at least for your company?
For our company kasi, we didn't actually start remote. Actually, when I came in, naging remote na dahil because of the pandemic. Myself, I've been working remotely for a long time na. Though recently lang yung development. And I believe na most of the devs would expect na merong remote at least some of the time. And pero I think meron ding pushback sa companies because they actually want to meet. And it's actually useful to meet then. Pero for me, I think if you want to hire someone or you want to like get devs, you need to consider na dapat pwede siya mag-work remotely. And you need to put your processes together na people can work remotely, productively, na hindi mo kailangan i-micromanage yung tao, and you trust them that they do their work. Ayun.
Right. So, siguro, to our audience lang din, how do you establish yung mga processes na yan? Maybe makabigay ka ng mga more concrete examples para, yung itong mga unexpected happenings ay maging more planned or more, like you said, no? Parang mas madali mag-collaborate. Ano yung mga tools maybe or tips na ina-implement nyo right now?
So, ngayon, we lean heavily on chat. So, I guess that's already a norm na ngayon na mag-chat tayo and mag-video call tayo like this. Pero more than that, I think you should establish in your company if you're going to do remote, yung paano mag-manage ng tasks na lahat on the same page. Sometimes it's doable sa Excel, pero that's very difficult. Personally, I lean toward Trello para may physical boards tayo makikita and madali lang gamitin. For others kasi, parang to-do list lang, that's fine. Pero I find kasi pag nag-overlap, we need to meet then regularly. So, important din actually yung parang one-on-one chats with each person na you still connect to them as a person over video, over audio, and they feel the part sila ng team. Kasi yun yung, I think yung isang nahirapan ng mga devs ngayon. Because previously, you had your teammate right beside you, you could ask them, or you could joke with them. Pero ngayon, parang nawala na ng konti yung collaboration. So, you need to establish na may communication kayo na regular, and that everyone in the team is not afraid to like chat up someone or ask questions. Parang comfortable lahat sa isa't isa.
Right. Ako personally, we do have daily stand-ups, no? Pero hindi ako visible if my devs talk to other devs. I'm not sure lang kung nagdi-DM sila directly or direct message, no? Pero sa channel, kasi we use Slack, no? Sa channel namin, parang medyo quiet lang most of the time. Hindi ako sure if nagko-collaborate sila well together or may private chat sila. I'm hoping meron, no? At the moment, no? Sometimes siguro, I wanna ask siguro this, no? Sometimes kasi yung direct message versus channel, no? Sometimes we wanna use channels kasi para everyone's aware, sometimes direct message, no? May parang protocol ba kayo on like, when dapat private yung chat or when hindi private yung chat in terms of work? Kung meron lang. Again, for my own purposes lang to.
Yeah. For work kasi, actually hindi ko naman sila ini-impose na hindi mag-DM. Pero yung important sa akin is, pag meron parang kailangan i-criticize, sa private natin gawin para hindi nakakahiya. Sa public, gawin natin yung purihin natin, may ginawa siya, good job, para makikita ng ibang tao.
Right.
Sa amin kasi, medyo okay kami mag-usap. So, pag may tanong, natanong ako, nagtatanong sa ibang team. Pag wala ako, they can help each other, which is, yun nga yung magandang blessing doon, na you're actually not needed always pag mayroong blocker.
Right.
So, ganun lang yung sa amin.
Siguro, just to, a few more questions na lang dito, no? In general, is there a particular skill set na needed or maybe number of years of experience needed para makonsider mo sa sarili mo na ready ka na maging tech lead? Like, as a person, like, dapat X number of projects na na-implement ko, or parang ano yung, meron ba? Parang minimum bar? Or wala naman? Or parang ano yung thoughts mo on this?
Yeah. Well, wala naman actually minimum, but you need to know yung stack. Kung meron kayong stack, dapat alam mo kasi ikaw yung tatanungin palagi ng mga ibang devs. Even the senior devs will ask you. And you actually have to be inclined to be a leader. Kasi I mentioned before na proactive yung mga hinahanap ko na tao to be under me. Yun din yung requirement kasi pag tech lead ka. Pag may problem, hindi pa siya problem, alam mo nang ipopropose mo na sa higher ups mo or sa PM mo na we need to fix this, we need to take care of this before it becomes bigger.
Right.
So, yung proactivity na yun yung I think parang highlight para makikita mo kung siya pwede to maging team lead or tech lead.
I see. Right. So siguro as we end, our last question is generally ano yung advice mo sa ating audience who are either in the IT, just starting out in their IT profession, or about to maybe shift to the IT profession. Parang the ultimate question is how to be you po, no? Or basically parang how to become a tech lead eventually as well.
Yeah. I think para mag-succeed ka sa IT, you need to have parang baka kailangan mag-iba ng mindset na yung mindset mo would be growth and learning focused yung mindset mo. So always learning kasi yung IT kahit na anong level yan, from junior to tech lead to engineering manager up to CTO level, you need to learn new technologies as well as new ways of doing things. And to be truly successful din sa field natin, you need to cultivate your leadership skills rin. Because it's good that you can deliver, you can be a 10x developer. But what if you want a team of 10x developers? Ikaw actually multiplier nila eh. So, as a good leader, you unblock them, you give them the resources they need so that they can deliver well. And probably this is the one thing that I like to leave to potential na mga gustong pumasok sa IT field is invest in yourself kahit konti lang, because compounding interest tayo dito eh. If you invest in yourself 1% per day, that's a huge increase by the end of the year. So, yun din, stay humble and keep in mind that you're not working alone, you're working with others.
Right. So, audience, I hope you learned a couple of items from Glenn. I personally also have learned a couple of things, especially on how to be a tech lead. Right. So, if you want to have follow-ups or if you have your own stories as well, please do leave them in our comment section below. Or if you're listening in Spotify or other mediums, you can also message me as the author. So, Glenn, before I let you go, do you have any last shout-outs or invites? Now, I know you're very active currently, mentoring even other people. Do you have any, invites or call to action to our audience?
Yeah. I actually made a roadmap, a senior developer's roadmap. And I guess Rafi would put the link in the description na lang. So check it out. You can, if you're looking to become a leader in your own organization, it's very helpful, and watch for the tech lead roadmap. I'm going to post that soon then in that same link.
Right. No? So everyone check that out. No, check the roadmap on how to be a great IT professional. Thank you again, Glenn, for appearing and imparting your words. And that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you and goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
And of course, if you like our content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell.